In this bulletin, unexpected acquisitions, firmware upgrades and legal battles are among the top 10 printer consumable stories for 2016. Hello, I'm David Gibbons. So what were the top 10 news stories that impacted printing consumables in 2016? We published 894 stories during the year, and we simply looked at the ones that were clicked on the most by you. Starting at number 10 was iconic imaging brand Kodak's move into the aftermarket. Following a meeting at RT Media's Las Vegas Summit in 2015, LMI Solutions won the lucrative licensing deal in January this year to supply remanufactured cartridges using Kodak's brand. Kodak says LMI Solutions has a proven track record of producing the highest quality in the industry, scalable operations and aligned corporate values. We ran stories every 3 weeks about the OEMs conducting raids on counterfeit product operations in India, China, Turkey, the Philippines, Malaysia, Morocco, Saudi Arabia, Romania and the UK. Key OEMs that have invested in defeating the global $3.5 billion scam included Xerox, Epson, HP and Lexmark. Kodak joined up with Alibaba to address counterfeits being sold on the internet, to be followed by Amazon vowing to also take action against those selling fakes. Samsung scored a number of wins over those selling infringing aftermarket products in Europe. A lot of attention was aroused when 2 German companies lost their appeal against Samsung back in April. Then, in November, 2 other resellers were ordered by The Hague in the Netherlands to stop selling and post official announcements regarding Samsung patent infringements on their websites. One of the most respected ambassadors of the aftermarket, particularly in North America, joined Recycling Times magazine following the passing of Art Diamond in August. Tricia Judge, who is a lawyer, journalist and runs the International Imaging Technology Council, is now a regular face in the magazine and at industry events. 2016 saw more seizures and forfeitures of infringing products entering the United States in 2016 than in any previous year. 7 printer OEM general exclusion orders have been infringed 152 times altogether, with 71 of those orders being issued in 2016 alone. Aftermarket supplies have now captured 83% of Russia's market. RT Media's Russian market report grabbed a lot of attention from both the aftermarket as well as the OEMs, coming in as the 5th biggest story of the year. OEM cartridges are now at a record low of 16.4% market share, while remanufactured products have 62.7%. The growth of new-built compatible cartridges, however, has grabbed a 20.9% market share. Lexmark won the appeal against Impression products at the US Federal Circuit on February 13 this year. The historic full bench rejected the arguments over the future of 2 laws relating to property rights over foreign and US domestic sales. However, just weeks ago, on December 3, the highest court in the land, the US Supreme Court, agreed to hear the case between Lexmark and Impression products following promptings from the US Solicitor General. Global CEO of Cartridge World, Steve Weeden, broke the news in Sydney, Australia in June that the global franchise network has done a deal with Samsung. Together they have started the development of a unique mobile application called PrintWorld to meet the needs of millions of mobile workers wanting access to printers. We're getting close to the biggest news story of the year. At number 2 is HP's firmware upgrade that locked out countless thousands of their customers from using aftermarket printing supplies in their printers in September. HP was quick to apologise and reissue a further upgrade, but not before consumer advocacy groups in the US, Europe and Australia declared they might issue class action suits against the OEM. Aftermarket chip manufacturers also quickly responded with solutions that would minimise future OEM firmware upgrades. HP's decision to acquire Samsung didn't make it into the top 10 news stories of the year, despite potentially having a big impact on printing supplies going forward. However, aftermarket Apex's acquisition of Lexmark did. This story caught most by surprise, which is probably the reason why it was the most read story of the year. Many never thought it possible that an aftermarket company based in China could ever purchase a US-based OEM of the stature of Lexmark. A real David and Goliath story indeed. Both see it, however, as a big win for their respective companies and shareholders with access to new markets. Well, this has been the year's wrap-up at rtmworld.com, and I'm David Gibbons.